Hi, this is Scott Sharp with the Fretboard Toolbox, and I wanted to show you one of the most important things to making sure your Fretboard Toolbox works the way it should for you, and I think one of the most important things in all of music, and that's understanding how songs are written in keys and then which chords kind of go together within a key. So I'm going to try to show how to find the key to songs through this video. So let me see if I can show you how it works. This first song I'm playing is sounds like this. Okay, on that song, do you hear how the song keeps coming back to this note? Okay, so that note is D, and this song is in the key of D major. And there's certain chords that go together in the key of D major. That song was just a real simple song made of the chords D, G, A, and D. And if you can find the root, then you can see the chords that will probably most likely be found in that song. And I'll show you how that looks on the toolbox. Okay, notice that first song was built out of the chords D major, G major, and A major. And if you notice that in the key of D major, the one chord in the key of D major is a D major, the 4 chord in the key of D major is a G major, and the 5 chord in the key of D major is an A major. So that song was a 1 chord D major, a 4 chord G major, back to the 1 chord was a D major, and then the 5 chord was an A major. And so that song just plays on those 3 basic chords, the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. And you notice tons of music does that. Okay, so for this next song, I'll play in the key of A minor. So the chords that are found in the key of A minor are also the same chords found in the key of C major. Alright, so let's show what this A minor song might sound like. How it keeps coming back to this chord here. Back to the root. Okay, so that one comes back to this key of A minor. When you start listening for songs and you start listening to what key it comes back to, then if you check your Fretboard Toolbox, you can see what chords most likely will be in that song. Let me show you how that works on the toolbox. Okay, that second song was in the key of A minor, and which is the same key as, or built from the same notes as the key of C major. And that song in A minor kept coming back to the root here, which is the 6th chord, which is an A minor, and had also the keys, or the chords, G major, which is the 5 chord. It had a C major, which is the 1 chord. It had an F major, which is the 4 chord. And so just with those 4 chords, you're able to make a song that sounds remarkably similar to a famous Canadian sportscaster's son. Alright, this third song is going to be in the key of G major, but it's going to start on a D chord, which is the 5 chord of G major, and I'll show you how this works. 5, 4, 1. 5 chord, 4 chord, 1. You can throw the 2 in there. The 3, 2, 3, 5, 4, 1. 5, 4, 1. Hear how this song keeps coming back to here. So that song's in the key of G major, and you can see the chords that would go in there real well, and I'll show you on the toolbox. That third song kept coming back to a G major chord, but the progression started on the 5 chord, which is a D major, and went from D major to C major, which is the 4 chord, and then back to the root, which is G major, that's the 1 chord. A very simple song, and a progression you'll see lots of times in music, a 5 chord, a 4 chord, and back to a 1. Alright, this last song uses a chord progression that's a really common chord progression, but it's a little bit different, and I'll show you how. Let's play it through one time, see if you can find the root. Listen for where the song keeps coming back to. This is the root right here. Chord, B minor, 5 chord, A major, 4 chord, G major, F sharp major, which is a 3 chord, but it's played as a major instead of a minor. You may have heard that same progression in A minor. I'll show you how that sounds. 6, 5, 4, 3, but it's a major. A minor, G major, F major, E major. Okay, so that's another song that is in a minor key, and once you can find that root, then you can check your toolbox, and if it's played in a major sound, in a major key, which has kind of a happy sound to it, then you want to check, like that would be G major. Then you check the toolbox for the 1 chord, which is going to be your major, and then you'll be able to see the notes that go with that chord. Or you can, if you hear a song that comes back to a minor sound, then you can check the 6 box, which is often the minor key that the song is played in, and then you'll be able to see all those notes. Be able to see the notes that go along with the key too. Okay, that last song was in the key of B minor, which has the same notes as D major. B minor is considered the relative minor of the key of D major, and that song had a chord progression of B minor, which is the 6th chord, then descending to B minor to A major, which is the 5 chord, and then to G major, which is the 4 chord, and then it did something different. It went to F sharp major instead of minor, and the only difference, an F sharp minor chord is built out of the notes F sharp, A, and C sharp, but an F sharp major chord is just built out of the notes F sharp, that's the same, A sharp, and then C sharp. So that chord progression on that song was B minor to A major to G major to F sharp major, and that's a chord progression you see a lot. 6 minor to 5 major to 4 major to 3 major. So I hope that helped. Please let me know via my website if you thought it did help or if you didn't, and I'll put more videos up later. Thanks a lot.